Hello there, Lake County Library. This is Christy Lewis from the Lakeport branch, and today I'm bringing to you a book haul of a wide variety of different types of books. Can't really coalesce it any more than that. So before I jump in, I just want to let you know that you can order any of these books for free through the library catalog. Several of them are also available on ebook and audiobook, and we have lots of other really cool digital resources that are available to you on our website. We just got a brand new one that you can access news through, and it's very, very cool, so definitely check out our links down below. Now let's jump into the book haul. First of all, we have an alternate history title by Harry Turtledove. It's called 3 Miles Down. It's an original take on First Contact, a romp through the pop culture, political tumult, and conspiracies within conspiracies atmosphere that was 1974, the year of the Watergate scandal. Harry Turtledove has written lots of books, and he is a New York Times bestseller. So 3 Miles Down is following Jerry Stieglitz, who is a grad student in marine biology at UCLA, and he has a side gig selling sci-fi stories. He's just weeks away from marrying his longtime fiance, when suddenly his life is upended by grim-faced men from 3-letter agencies who want him to join a Project Azorian, which is top secret and located in the middle of the North Pacific Ocean, and they really don't take no for an answer. He doesn't have a choice. Plus, they're offering so much money to him that it would solve all of his immediate money problems, so he really can't say no anyways, even if the men would accept no as an answer. So he joins up, swears himself to secrecy, and has to wade through multiple cover stories as he finally discovers the truth of what is being investigated here is actually an alien spacecraft on the ocean floor. Jerry stands out like a sore thumb amidst all these CIA operatives and corporation eggheads and divers who are diving to look at the alien aircraft and everything. But it turns out he's the only person in the North Pacific who's truly thought out all the ways that human-alien first contact might go. This sounds so funny, and if it sounds good to you, you can order it for free down below. 3 Miles Down is also available on ebook and audiobook, and it was published by Tor Books in 2022. Next, we have On the Rooftop by Margaret Wilkerson Sexton. This was a Reese's Book Club pick, and she calls it an utterly original and brilliant story. And it's set in the Jazz Age, 1950s San Francisco, and we are following a mother named Vivian who has been dreaming of her 3 girls who have been formed into a girl group known as the Salvations. She's just been dreaming of them dancing and singing their way into the national spotlight, and she's just been working on this for years, and she feels like she finally has the opportunity that will just make them. But unfortunately for her dreams, her girls have grown up into women and they have their own dreams now. And so some of those dreams are related to how the neighborhood is changing. All around the Fillmore, gentrification is happening. And one sister finds herself really called to fight back against that. And the other sisters have their own things happening. And the mom's just gonna have to learn to relinquish control over these lives. The New York Times Book Review called it warm, gripping, and wise with echoes of Fiddler on the Roof. So if it sounds good to you, you can order it for free down below. On the Rooftop is also available on Playaway, ebook, audiobook, and enlarged type. It was published by Echo in 2022. Next we have Look Closer by David Ellis. This is a clever and fast-paced novel of greed, revenge, obsession, and quite possibly the perfect murder. And David Ellis is a best-selling and award-winning author. The New York Times Book Review calls this wildly entertaining, and it's also described as part Gone Girl and part Strangers on a Train. So we are following Simon and Vicky, who could not seem more normal. They're a wealthy Chicago couple. He is a respected law professor, and she is an advocate for domestic violence victims. They have a stable, if unexciting, marriage, to all appearances. But absolutely nothing is as it seems. When the body of a beautiful socialite is found hanging in a mansion in a nearby suburb, all of Simon's and Vicky's secrets begin to unravel. A secret whirlwind affair, a $20 million trust fund that's about to come due, and a decades-long grudge and obsession with revenge. These are just a few of the lies that make up their complex web, and they will have devastating consequences. Both Vicky and Simon are liars, but who is conning who in this relationship? If Look Closer sounds good to you, you can order it for free down below. It's also available on ebook and audiobook, and it was published by G.P. Putnam's Sons in 2022. Next we have If I Survive Survive You by Jonathan Escoffery. This is a debut collection of short stories that Ann Patchett says reads like a novel, reads like real life. So I think it's probably literary fiction. It was longlisted for the 2023 Andrew Carnegie Medals for Excellence in Fiction. So it is following a Jamaican couple in the 1970s, Topper and Sonia, who flee to Miami as political violence consumes their native Kingston. But they discover that America is not the promised land that they were hoping it would be. In the 70s, they are excluded from society as Black immigrants, and so they push on through all the difficult portions of history. They get through Hurricane Andrew and later the 2008 recession. The linked stories really center on their son, Trelawney, as he is struggling to carve out a place for himself in the world through a series of odd, often hilarious jobs. And his brother, meanwhile, Delano, he's attempting a disastrous cash grab to get his kids back, which, yeah, that doesn't sound like it's gonna go well. So as each character is searching for a foothold, they're not given the opportunity to forget the danger of climbing without a safety net. So it's really about, I think, the struggle of immigrants in America, minority immigrants in America at a certain time. So if I Survive You sounds good to you, you can order it for free down below. It's also available on ebook and audiobook, and it was published by MCD in 2022. And finally, we have Lucy by the Sea by Elizabeth Strout. This is a New York Times bestseller, and Elizabeth Strout is a Pulitzer Prize winning and #1 New York Times bestselling author. The Boston Globe says no novelist working today has Strout's extraordinary ability for radical empathy, made droves of readers come to feel enlarged, comforted, and genuinely uplifted by Lucy's story. And the New Yorker calls it one of the best books of the year. So this is actually book 4 in a series that began with My Name is Lucy Barton, which follows the titular character through the early days of the pandemic. Since we don't want to spoil anything, let's just go ahead and go to the summary of the first book, which was a #1 New York Times bestseller and is going to become a Broadway play. Lucy Barton is slowly recovering from what should have been a simple operation. Her mother, to whom she hasn't spoken for many years, has come to see her. And gentle gossip about the people from Lucy's childhood seems to reconnect them at first, but really just below the surface are all of Lucy's tensions and concerns. She's had a difficult past, which includes trying to escape from her troubled family, her desire to become a writer, her marriage, and her love for her 2 daughters. So this is like a bit of a mysterious plot. Like there's nothing else about the plot, so it must be like very heavy on the characterization. It's probably a very character-driven work. I don't think that it's exactly literary fiction, but it's definitely contemporary fiction. It sounds like it really hits you hard in the feels. So if Lucy by the Sea or My Name is Lucy Barton sound good to you, you can order either of them down below. Lucy by the Sea was published by Random House in 2022, and it is also available on book on CD, large type ebook, and audiobook. That is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this book haul. Let us know down below what you think of these books. If you have any questions or comments, we really love to hear from you, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.